Welcome, class. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. If you're in the house, drop a comment. Let me know you're in the house. I want to welcome you. God bless you. If you're new, let me give you some house rules. My name is Denzel Rodriguez, and you are inside a kingdom. So welcome. You can subscribe. You can like this video. You can get acquainted. You can join my private Facebook group. I got a link at the top. So if you're just hopping on, scroll to the top. I got a link. You can join my private Facebook group to learn more, get in-depth invitations to classes and different posts, different testimonies, feedback. You can post questions. I got a whole community of successful individuals other than myself that are doing velocity banking, doing infinite banking, becoming debt-free, or they're already debt-free, or they're investing. So we get all walks of life, everybody coming together, making it happen, building a big, beautiful kingdom for their own family to leave a lasting legacy behind. Okay, that's the primary goal for majority of the clients that I work with that are 40 and up, I should say. The primary goal is making sure their kids are good, right? Wife is happy, you know, husband is bringing the money in, or maybe it's the other way around because, 21st century, right? Anything goes nowadays. So however it works in your household, the primary focus is the kingdom. You got to build a kingdom. If you want anything in this world, okay, if you want to accumulate power, wealth, authority, influence, you want to be a leader, you want to, have all the things that this world has to offer, one must build a solid kingdom, okay? And you got to have ethics, you got to have morals if you want it to last forever, because that's the key word, okay? We want to make this last forever. And if you want to solidify your kingdom for eternity, then you might want to look at your manufacturer, okay, the creator, and take a look at his kingdom, how he operates, and how you can implement that into your kingdom, okay? So let me see who's in the house. Let me say hello. We got 25 people so far. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. Some other house rules. If you're brand new, I encourage you to watch the Velocity Banking pregame playlist. That's going to give you a good idea of where I'm coming from and how I teach certain things. And, this is predominantly a finance channel, but I also incorporate faith in it and investing, all of it coming together. Hello, Jerry. How are you? Hello, hello. Hidden, how you doing? Fran's in the house. Greg, hello. Hello, Mo. Hello, John. John says, you are the man. Much appreciation to you in the kingdom. Awesome. Brandon says, first time joining you guys. Glad to be here. Welcome, welcome. Terry, how you doing? Awesome. So, good news is my camera is working very properly, so I can't complain. Don't you just love it when technology works for you? Okay, so the title of this video is Giving Tuesday. If you guys didn't know, it's like a national thing, I guess. I did it last year. I posted a video, Giving Tuesday, offered some stuff. So you can expect it 10x this year. Okay, we're going to do 10x what I did last year. Okay, I'm going to increase my giving amount. I'm going to challenge God. Okay, I'm going to put pressure on the kingdom. Something interesting happens when you start applying what you learn in life rather than becoming a scholar, rather than becoming, super educated but with no action. Okay, there's a whole nother perspective when you become a person of action, right? Even if you have lack of knowledge, you can overcome lack of knowledge with action, right? So if I do something, if I make something of myself, I have a higher chance of success than someone that reads 100 books but never takes action on those 100 books that they read. Okay? So for those of you in the house who are believers, you're in the kingdom. You're a Christian, you're a Catholic, you're Jewish, you're any religion, okay? Any faith. And you are discovering this kingdom way of living, okay? If you start taking action like a CEO, like a business owner, like the main character in the kingdom, who is Jesus Christ, okay? We're talking about the kingdom. You have a kingdom, I have a kingdom. Everybody in here has some sort of a kingdom, okay? Whether you classify that as your home, as your business, as your religion, as your tradition, as your culture, as your country, your society, whatever it is, okay? We all have some sort of a kingdom. But now when you start talking about the kingdom, you're talking about first, okay? You're talking about everlasting. You're talking about timeless. You're talking about eternity. So if I can figure out how to get a kingdom, my kingdom, into a everlasting, the kingdom, then one must understand how kingdoms work, right? And Giving Tuesday, this national day, is a great reminder for those of you who are in the Word, kind of in the Word, not in the Word at all, and you're wondering, how do I navigate through life? How do I accomplish the things that I have been sent to do on planet Earth? There is a critical, fundamental law called giving, okay? This is a valuable protocol in any kingdom that you operate in, okay? Like I said, you can give the word kingdom a different term if you like, if that makes you feel better, okay? But if you were to study kingdoms in the past, the number one protocol when a king visits another king, or a queen visits a king visits a queen, whenever you visit royalty, okay, royal blood, okay, you have to bring a gift, an offering. It is protocol. It is a standard of measure, okay? Understand that if you're a king or queen, you have royalty, you have riches, you have wealth already. So technically you don't need anything, right? It would be smarter, right? You would think it'd be more ideal to give to a poor person, right? Someone that has nothing, okay? So for those who give to a king, you understand a higher concept, a higher level of thinking. Whereas the difference between giving to a poor person and giving to someone of royalty, someone of authority, someone of respect, okay? Someone that has established successful principles, okay? If I give a portion of my harvest to someone that does not know how to manage resources, aka a poor person, okay, because a poor person is someone that has a mindset, okay, of lack of knowledge, lack of power, lack of wealth. The difference between someone that is poor and someone that is broke, okay, if you're broke, that just means you're in a temporary transitional period to wealth. So you wouldn't classify you, or I wouldn't classify you as poor. Poor people are people who lack ambition, people who lack the ability to take action, people who lack confidence, they lack motivation, they lack hope, they lack faith, belief in themselves to transition to wealth, power, authority, establishment, okay? So if I gave to a poor person, but I wouldn't get a return on that. There would be, I don't know, very, very little, it's kind of like I'm just throwing it in the water and let's see where it goes. Okay. And that's fine. I've done it before. Don't necessarily like it. Gets me angry sometimes, but that's okay. That's part of me learning and growing, right? As a young 24-year-old male. But what I've noticed almost every single time when I give to a king, let's say you, or a queen, in a kingdom, something happens. Something totally different occurs, right? And when I give to the King of Kings, I unlock a heavenly resource, riches, wealth, power, all the above, that enters earth, right? This is a top-down strategy, okay? Not a bottom-up. This is a top-down strategy, okay? So it comes from the top, heaven, okay? Comes down to the person that opened access, that has a direct line, okay? So if you got a direct line, I got a direct line. We're unlocking heavenly resources to enter earth. And the first people that get riches, wealth, power, fame, authority, establishment, purpose, all that, are people who simply know how to manage resources, whether that's money, time, knowledge, other people's assets, food, harvest, seeds, okay? Anyone that understands how to manage, they're going to receive first, okay? And then based on that person's code of ethics, kingdom laws, ways of being, they will then unleash heavenly riches, heavenly wealth to the surrounding people, the surrounding kingdom citizens in their kingdom, right? So if I got a kingdom, you got a kingdom, we're both building wealth together. Every time I visit your kingdom, I'm coming with a gift because I'm putting pressure on you. I want to see how your authority functions. I want to see how your kingdom operates. So when I give to you, okay, I want to see, I'm challenging your authority as a king, right? By the time I leave your kingdom, you're supposed to send me off with a gift more than what I gave you so that you can brag about your kingdom to my kingdom, okay? This is the healthiest way, okay? Rather than conflict and war and all that, this is just, hey, I like your kingdom. I like what you do. I like what you teach. I like how you operate. I like how you think, okay? So let's dive into a lesson here, and feel free to comment, drop your questions, even if it has nothing to do with what I'm saying, that's okay. I'll get around to it. I'm going to open this for Q&A later on. I'm going to go through this lesson real quick. Once I'm done, open it up to Q&A, and then we'll wrap it up. All right? Cool. So let's take a look. Here we have a gentleman making $11,571.84 a month. This is conservative. Okay, this gentleman is married, so he's not even including wife's income, which is about 30% of the $11,571.84, if I recall when I was talking to him. So I'm dealing with a 57-year-old individual married, making conservatively $11,571.84. We also have another stream of income. He has a paid off property, which is collecting rent of a little over $4,000 a month, okay? His expenses, look, check this out. Some of you are not even gonna believe this. His expenses per month, okay, are $1,500 a month. So I make $11,000 on the low end, not even including wife's income, and I only spent about $1,500. This person's in a unique situation where they're living under a different household, so he doesn't have to pay for rent. In terms of debt, the only debt obligation he has is a vehicle, So I rounded it up to $20,500, but in reality it owes $20,424.95 on a vehicle. 3.99 is the interest rate, and the monthly payment's $479.83 a month. Other than that, it's just living expenses, okay? And he lives way below his means. This is a prime example of a kingdom man. Whether he knows it or not, he is operating like a king. He understands how to manage resources, finances. So for those of you knuckleheads that are in loads of debt and you're wondering, why can't I get out of debt so fast? Why don't I have any cash flow per month? It's because you simply do not understand your four major numbers: your monthly income, your expenses, your total debt, and your cash flow. If you do not understand your four major numbers, I promise you, you will not produce fruit of any kind that will last. You may produce temporary fruit, but it'll go bad. It'll eventually go bad, because if you don't remove the spirit of poverty out of your household, it'll get passed on through your DNA. This is how powerful this is. It'll literally get passed on to your DNA, okay, through the next generation. So if you have a child, right, you have a son or a daughter, and if you do not strip poverty out of the household, because poverty, remember, it's a mindset. It's not numbers. It's a mindset. I know people who make, say, $3,000 a month, right? So let's just say this person was making $11,000 a month and they spend $11,000 a month, okay? Versus a person who makes $3,000 a month and spends $1,500 a month. Who makes more money? The person that makes $11,000 a month or the person that makes $3,000? It simply depends on their cash flow. What do they have left over to show for? Because the person that's making 11 grand a month and spending 11 grand a month is one paycheck away from destruction. So yeah, that person might be riding in a BMW, a Mercedes, a Lexus, right? Okay, a G-Wagon, who knows, a Rangy, okay? They might have a $400,000, a $500,000, $1 million property in California, paying taxes through their teeth because they don't understand how taxes work. They're, putting money in a this and a that and saving money, but they don't really know how to save money because, they're not earning anything because the market just destroyed all types of savings accounts, okay? Versus a person that makes $3,000 a month, cash flows $1,500 a month, okay? And they're debt free, let's say. That person makes more money, period. Because that person understands how to manage resources. Okay? So, coming back to the situation, $11,571.84 a month, expenses $1,500, debt is just a car. We have one paid off property. He has other assets, savings. We're cash flowing $8,727.75 a month. This is just beautiful. Okay? We recently obtained a personal unsecured revolving line of credit for $20,000 at a 14.65% interest rate, which, yes, it's a bit high. We don't love it, but we can obviously fix that down the road, so I'm not too concerned. And this person is looking to buy a home soon so that they can move out of the current home that they are in, because they don't live in their own home. They're living with family members. So they desire to get their own place, him and his wife, boom, buy a home. I believe for $300,000 is the, what we're looking for. And he simply wants to, learn this velocity banking thing, test it out and see how we can, get some small short-term wins. So by the time we get this home for $300,000, however much we put down, we'll know how to pay that off in, say, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Extremely fast, by simply doing velocity banking. Okay? So, a couple things. There's a conservative way to do velocity banking. There's an aggressive way to do velocity banking. Okay? So I can either take 66% of $20,000, which is $13,000, $13,200 for the month of May, make my first chunk towards the vehicle. It's going to save me a ton of money up front. If you're wondering, Denzel, 14.65, 3.99, whoa. Where's the interest savings there? When you look at the overall interest and the breakdown, this 479.83, probably like $70 to $80 per month is being stripped in interest. So this 14.65 simple interest is actually going to turn out looking like about $1 to $2 a day in interest costs. Now, because I am shifting, okay, the first part of velocity banking is pretty much debt consolidation, right? Then the second part is actually leveraging my entire income to pay off a debt. So option one, I take $13,200, throw it on the car. The day I take this $13,200 out is the day I dump this $11,571.84 back into the line of credit. That same day, his expenses, ladies and gentlemen, are only $1,500. So over a 30-day period, only $1,500 is going to come out of the freaking line of credit. Okay? And I know my, my cash flow number is probably off, but he was being conservative. So even if he does spend more money, I mean, $8,000 is a lot of money. When you look at the time that it would take, 13.2 comes out, 11,571.84 goes in, 1,500 comes out in a 30-day window. Literally the following month, I can make another chunk of the difference on the vehicle, and within a 30 to 45, maybe 60-day period, the car is done, and the line of credit is paid off close to zero, negligible in terms of interest costs. Okay, I'm probably going to pay about $30 in interest over a 30 to 45-day period if I do everything accordingly. Okay, and that's a great way to kind of get his feet wet with this velocity banking tested out. The aggressive way is he can simply take the whole $20K out and just pay the thing off in one shot, right? And then the payment, the $479.83, right, plus $20,000 of principal, the car's done, right? And then I can simply dump $11,571.84 in, take $1,500 out. By the second month, the line of credit's done. The only thing that comes out is expenses. Okay? Done. Done. Right? This thing is done in 45 days. If I was doing debt snowball, this would take me about 2.5 months. There's no argument. Debt snowball, velocity banking here are pretty much neck and neck. Yes, velocity banking goes about maybe a month and a half faster, but the real difference is the leverage. I don't lose my cash flow in the process of paying off this debt. I can immediately, when I go to buy the home, because he wants to buy this very soon, I think in the next few months, I'll have both the personal line of credit of $20K, which I've used effectively. The bank is going to see that effective usage with the money, number one. So I'll have both leverage of $20,000 plus whatever existing cash flow I have between now and the time I accumulate this $300,000 property, plus whatever savings he has, yada yada, right? So the third chunk would be towards his home. So if he's already had money on the side for that down payment, well, now he has this personal line of credit to go a little faster. And I would say that we would not stay with this personal line of credit for very long. I'm going to see if I can drastically lower that interest rate with a credit line increase, number one. And I would probably do about maybe 2 to 3 chunks once I obtain this property. 2 to 3 chunks using the personal line of credit. Say I'm making 15K chunks and I do 3 of them. That's $45,000 of principal knocked down on the property, plus whatever I put down initially, plus the monthly payments during those 2 to 3 chunk period, which is going to be under a year. That's a ton of equity. You know what I can do. You know where I'm going with this. I can eventually transition to a HELOC, right? So that would be a second position HELOC, say 30,000, okay, whatever it is, and I just keep going. I'll probably get like a 4 to 5% rate, maybe even lower if they have like an introductory offer on a home equity line of credit in the second position, okay? Another option after I'm debt free from the car is, instead of going with a traditional mortgage, I could look at obtaining a first position HELOC, or what's called an all-in-one loan, okay? And if I read my terms and agreements properly, I can potentially get a $300,000 simple interest debt that functions like a checking account. Therefore, it would eliminate the whole chunking, having to take money out of one account, put into another, and then do all those transactions. If I have a $300,000 first position line of credit, then I can set up my $11,571.84 to simply enter that account each and every month. So literally I'll be making $11,000 payments to the mortgage each and every month, and then I'm basically living out of the mortgage, right? $1,500, or in reality would actually drop, or maybe not, it would go up because of the mortgage payment itself. But here's the great part. He's not going to have a mortgage payment because the dude is dumping in his paycheck. So guess what? His paycheck is his payment, right, to the mortgage. So he's not even going to see that. It's not going to affect him whatsoever. Plus, I was cash flowing crazy amount in the beginning to begin with. So that's a really awesome, way of kind of looking at your personal finances. If you're in this type of position where, you're not struggling, you're just managing money right, you're trying to make some tweaks financially. I got some people like this, good income, they got good numbers to begin with. Velocity banking is just icing on the cake. That's all velocity banking is. The second part that's going to make people like this open their eyeballs and get a little more, entertained, a little more exciting, is the infinite banking concept. That's going to get them a little more excited, okay? So taking a look at this side here, what I want to get into is the financial moves that he can be making in addition to velocity banking. So in addition to velocity banking, I could be establishing some other moves to accumulate wealth and pay off debt at the same exact time, okay? So when we're looking at the infinite banking concept, right, and this person has a business, like I said, he's got a property, so he's collecting income through there. This is just his W-2 income. We got wife's income we didn't even mention. We got a lot of money that we're not even putting on the table here. That extra funds, extra money, extra chunking capability can flow into a policy. Even at 57 years old, if designed properly, I can have a very effective, inexpensive policy for the simple maximization of cash value to use like a line of credit, to the point where the line of credit would become obsolete it'll just become an add-on feature, benefit. The real pie, right, is right here, the IBC, becoming his own bank, creating his own tax-free system to invest in real estate, buy gold and silver, have brokerage accounts, maybe a business, have cash equity, things like that. And these are just some ideas, right? Once you get to this point, I'm pretty much in the same boat as you. I'm testing things out. I'm seeing what works, what doesn't. You know, so for me personally, this is what I'm doing. This is what has produced results so far. So it's made me happy. It's made my numbers look good. And it's just stuff that makes sense. So for me, I've got a personal checking account, business checking account. This person's got the same thing, okay? I make all my money through my business, so in order to fund my IBC policy, I do distributions, right, from the company, distributions, and then in the form of a salary, and I send that money into my tax-free bank. I also write, when I go to use this policy, I will borrow out of it, right, taking out a policy loan, okay? I'll take out a policy loan, which goes back to my personal checking account because this is a personal policy. Then I write myself, Denzel Rodriguez writes himself a loan to his own company. So now I'm putting the company in debt. I'm going to charge an interest rate on my own money while my own money is growing at 4 to 6% tax-free. Okay, so now look what's happening. Money's getting used more than once. Uh-oh, stay with me, okay? So now that the money has come back into the business account, business checking account, now I can do things like this. I open up an HSA, maybe I get a Roth, maybe I open up a brokerage account. I have the business already, so that's, you know, accumulating income, right? That's bringing in income already. These are investments, okay? I'm transitioning from the E and the S quadrant over to the B and the I, okay? In the business checking account, I buy things like gold and silver, right? So I buy some silver, right? And I buy some gold, okay? I accumulate gold and silver, the real stuff, not the stock, although I could, you know, do that if I wanted to, right? So I figure out different forms of money that I can accumulate as a young individual. So we got cash gold, we got the real gold, okay, we got silver, different stuff, right? Interesting stuff, okay, we can take a look at this, all right? And then cash equity, it's always important to have cash, right? You never know, pandemic, things like that, whatever goes down, it's important to have cash on you, right? So you accumulate the cash, right? Is what it is, okay? In the business checking account, I buy cash equities, okay, things that retain, okay, or things that I can just have as a getaway. Never know, okay. I'm learning. We'll see, okay. So I accumulate different things that will increase in value or give me leverage in times of uncertainty, okay. So right now we're in an uncertain time where we don't know how long this money's gonna last. What's very interesting about this money here, if you look on the bottom right, okay, it says that this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. So this money, all this money, this paper stuff, right? It's all debt, has no value. So why have it? Well, you need it to actually buy stuff, right? So it still has that purpose. So you need it to buy stuff, but what do you buy? Do you buy more cash? No, not necessarily. Okay, I buy things like this, stuff that will retain its value. Gold, silver, it'll be a hedge when the markets go stupid and people don't know what to do and people start listening to Buffett and Buffett doesn't even know what to do and You know, you just try to get as much information as possible as you can. Try and do the right thing. But if you diversify the money, okay, you spread the risk. Whether you buy bonds, treasuries, notes, the physical cash itself, gold and silver, right? And then ultimately real estate, which is another kingdom principle here. If I'm going to have a successful kingdom, I need land. I need land. Okay? I need power. Land is power and leverage in a lot of cases. All right? Can build a lot of equity and can fortify my laws, right? As a king, how I operate, how I act, all that good stuff. So, that is the end of my lesson. That's pretty much it. This is the easy scenario here. Let's scroll back up to the top, and I want to answer some questions. And then we're going to have a whole giving session as I start answering your questions, because that was the whole point of this video. It's Giving Tuesday. So I just wanted to start out giving value, teaching you some stuff. Now I'm going to answer some questions, give you some more value, and then I'm going to have you do something, and you can get even more value. I'm going to encourage you to do some things as well. So for those of you who are living like this, managing your money very well, okay, you know your 4 major numbers, okay? Hey, if you've received a stimulus, if you received any free money from the government recently, hey, I encourage you to give it. Give it to someone that is in need of resources, that you can help them, not just by giving them the cash, like here you go type of idea, but more so like, okay, you know, here's $100, okay, and I want to see you manage this money. So I'm gonna give you $100, and the first principle I want to teach you is give $10. So that person needed $100, but you're telling them give 10 of it, right? Just so that they can develop kingdom thinking, kingdom living, kingdom principles. Because if they can figure out, oh man, if I give that 10, it's going to come back to me tenfold, 10x, okay? And if I give from the heart, right, it's maybe it comes back 100-fold, because I actually meant it. I didn't do it for the things, I did it for the kingdom. And this idea that one can become a king, live like a king, operate like a king, give like a king, live in abundance, build others along the way. Can that be done? Is that a reality? I think so. I think it can be done. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask him some questions here. Let's see. I emailed you because I wanted to sign up for IBC with you. Okay, with me. That's wonderful. I'll get to you. If I haven't responded, you can, you know, I work with IBC Global, okay? So Steve Parisi is his name, the head honcho, the owner of IBC Global, has a YouTube channel. You can check that out. You start learning, okay? I'll do my best to, you know, get to everybody. If you're not an existing client, Fran, maybe that might be why I didn't reach out to you right away. When it comes to IBC, I only have so much time. So I focus on people who have done the work, watch my videos, can provide the numbers, right? So if you just kind of sent me a blank email, you know, I'm blank. I'm like, oh, what do we do? You know? But if you provide me with numbers, yo, Denzel, I'm 50 years old. Birthday is this. Here's how much money I want to put in. Here are my 4 major numbers. Here's my line of credit. Can you design something X, Y, and Z? Send the illustration to me. Let me look at it. Blah, blah, blah. I've already been watching the IBC concept. I've watched a ton of videos. I've studied this thing. I want to do this. This is where I'm at. You're going to save me a lot of time. I'm going to save you a lot of time if you know, send me information like a king, like a queen. Make demands. Say, Denzel, here's how I'm operating. I'm a king. Okay, Denzel, I'm a king. I'm 45 years old. I have a wife, 3 boys, and a girl. Here are my 4 major numbers. Here's how I operate. Here's how I live. I've watched the whole infinite banking channel and your videos, compiled it together. Here's how much money I want to put in. Here's the amount of years that I want to fund this policy for. Here's what I want to use it for. Can you show me something? You're going to save me a lot of time. Instead of me trying to strip all that information out of you, you could be spending time watching my videos, engaging in my content, becoming a client first, right? And let's see where you're at. Right? I don't want to waste time because you're dealing with a king. A king does not like to waste time. He likes to manage his time effectively. So if you try to mismanage my time by just sending me blank information, I don't know what to do with that. I'm like, oh, great. You know, I can't tell you how many messages I get where people are like, I want to learn velocity banking. Oh, great. Me too. I want to do that too. Yeah. I want to be rich. Yeah, me too. That's awesome. Sounds great. Where do we go from here? Right? Like, give me something. Right? Start thinking like a king and a queen. When you operate like that, I'm telling you, things start to occur. Right? They start to occur. All right, let's see. Let me pass these notes. Hello, Sherry. Tony, how you doing? Joel, how you doing? Hello, Sandy, how are you? Emailed you, but it was returned. What does that mean? Hope you have the right email. Hopefully it wasn't, Denzel at Builder to Contributor. Let's see. What happened to Taco Tuesday on Cinco de Mayo too? LOL. Yeah, happy Tuesday, guys. Wish all you guys and gals great success. Baby steps. This is key. It's baby steps, man. Got to work your way up. Okay, if you don't like baby steps, then take a look at the 10x concept. Take a look at Grant Cardone. If you're like, I'm done with baby steps, I can't, right? Take a look at 10x. Do you have that mentality? Because that's going to require 10x whatever you've been doing on baby steps. Because baby steps is a conservative way to get your money right? 10x is like, I'm going to push whatever barriers, whatever fears I have, and I'm going to go all in. I don't care how I look in the process. I don't care what they say about me. I'm going to stick to who I am in Christ. What's my purpose in life? And I'm going to blow this out of the park. Just a suggestion. Let's see. Hello. I think emails sent to you are coming back. Sender as undeliverable. I don't know why. You know, I get tons of emails all day long, so hopefully, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that for you. I'm not really getting too many people saying that, so I have to double check. It's Denzel at Builder to Contributor, OR, not ER, .com. And yeah, that's it. Send it to me. Hello, Denzel. Looking forward to our call tomorrow. Yes, sir. New client here. I am excited to work with you. More happiness in giving than receiving. Totally agree. Thompson, what's up? Rich. Resilient, intuitive, open to change, always choose happiness. Love it. Well, I guess I'm broke. Trying real hard to increase my cash flow so I can transition. Okay. Good. That's right. Broke is better than being poor. So remember that. If you are broke financially, you are in a transition to wealth. I used to be broke. Now I am not because I transitioned. If I'm broke and I remain broke for 10 years, something's wrong. It's not your culture. It's not your skin color. It's not where you're from. It's not, because I grew up without a daddy. I didn't have mom. Life is hard. We get it. People die all day long. It's a part of life. When you start thinking like a king, okay, you will impact everybody else around you. So it no longer becomes just about you. It becomes about everybody else in your ecosystem and how you're operating. There we go. There we go. Right? Dropping value here. I love it. It's all about the cash flow. Thank you for the good word on each of us using our kingdom authority. Once we have our 4 major numbers, how do we schedule a call with you? So you have a couple options. You can either join my program, which is my, I'm a consultant. I'm a financial consultant. So I either work by the hour, which is a, short term, no strings attached. You're just paying me for time. That's it. You're just kind of like how lawyers and CPAs operate. You're just paying for their time, right? So, I work by the hour. I like that because it helps people make that decision. Do I want to work with this young 24-year-old, think he knows it all, calls himself a king? Is he in a religion? Is he not? I don't know. Is this a scam? Whatever it is, right? Gives people a chance to feel me out, right? And there's no strings attached. I look at your 4 major numbers. I suggest ideas. I answer your questions. At the end of that call, you decide. What do you want to do? You want to have another phone call? That's fine. You can have another phone call. Or you can just jump right into a program, one-on-one consulting, and kind of, save money on the bulk, So work by the hour. This is my rate. It's my hourly rate. If you like that, you can simply send me a link. I'll give you access to that link. I think it's in the description below, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's in the description below. Let me see real quick. It is. I think it's, it'll say one-on-one consulting by the hour. So you guys look at the description below. Yeah, it says 1-to-1 financial consulting by the hour with your one and only Denzel, not Washington. Okay? So that's one option. And then the other option is the one-on-one. Okay? It's full coaching program. I commit to you until you're completely debt-free, and even after you're debt-free, pretty much work with you for life in terms of, so many other concepts that you and I can get into, and then the concepts that I'm going to get into. So those are the 2 options, Mr. Brandon. And you take your pick. Now, Brandon, I love to give. So I'm a big believer in giving, because whenever I give, I'm putting pressure on a God that is almighty, all-knowing, has all the wealth in the world, owns everything. So I respect his people, because his people is everybody in the world. Okay? He made everybody. Okay? He has authority over the earth, everything that creeps the earth. Okay? So I, try to create other sort of know, like, and trust systems for us to build that connection together through the videos, and then through time and through other programs that I create. So I recently just started launching this 7-step system that I have. Right? Again, no strings attached. I give you these 7 steps. Either you do them or you don't. Okay? And maybe that's what people were talking about. Maybe the email that I have people sending it to, maybe that hasn't been working, so I'll have to check that. But either way, it's going to come from buildertocontributor.com is the email that's going to come from. Simply going to send you a 7-step system. At the end of that system, when you complete it, I send you a link where we can have a conversation for about 30 minutes, right? And again, looking at your numbers, if you do the 7 steps accordingly, I'm able to maximize the 30 minutes that we have together. So that's, another option too. If you're strapped for cash, you're broke, finances are tough, try to work with you. Grandma's wealth, wisdom. Smart, that's wisdom right there. Right there. Ooh, I'm door dashing and Instacarting away. Love it. Be safe while you're out there. Correct. Plus, I'm working full time. Monthly expenses over $8,000. Working through your teeth. Cut back. Copy some of the Dave Ramsey thinking. Okay. Cash flow queen, you go. Mask, gloves, okay. I know that's right. Being debt-free by any means necessary. Yeah, it's interesting. We want to get you out of bad debt, okay? And then start accumulating good debt that produces cash flow, leverage, capital, credit, authority, because that's how our system works. So I don't want you to hate debt. I want you to become the lender. Right? The Bible says that the borrower is slave to the lender, but what about if I was the lender and borrower to myself? What if I borrowed from myself, operated in my own kingdom from myself, and then became a lender to many nations? Maybe that's an opportunity there that we haven't been thinking about. Okay? Can't wait to access my kingdom authority and be able to build cash flow like whoever this is on the board. Yes, yeah, this person, he said his whole life, or majority of his life, he has lived below his means. I mean, that is a insane amount of discipline, right? Like me personally, I live on 30% of my income. This person's like 90, right? I mean 10%, lives on like 10 to 15% of his income, and the other 85 is going towards investments. It's no joke. Not easy, but I'm trying real hard to start doing velocity banking. Don't try, okay? Get the information first. Do not try velocity banking. It's not worth it, okay? Either do debt snowball, get your money right, position yourself for velocity banking, then execute. Pretty simple. So if I get this right, this person can pay off his $300,000 mortgage in about 3 years if he dumped his check in the first position HELOC. Correct. I mean, let's just do the math debt snowball wise, right? Take a look at his cash flow. It's $8,727.75 times that by 12. That's $104,000. So 300,000 divided by 104, that's right, or 3 years doing debt snowball. So if I did debt snowball, I through all my cash flow each and every month, no bad things ever happened. Just throw my cash flow at this 300,000 each and every month doing debt snowball. Your house is going to be paid off in 3 years or less. Easy. Just with the current cash flow that he has. Velocity banking, I'll do that in half the time, 1.5. So whatever that snowball can do, velocity banking will do. I want to go at least 50% faster or 30% faster. As long as I go faster, I win. And not only did I go faster, I kept my cash in the process. I keep flipping the money over and over again. I can create a strategy where I run this 300K through the policy. So I can have 300K growing tax-free and then borrowing from that 300K to pay off the 300K. Right? If I do everything accordingly, I can make that happen. It's good stuff. This is good stuff. Looking forward to being debt-free and start this next concept. Looks like 36 months to pay off 300,000. Much faster than that. That's what debt snowball can do. 12, 24, 36. Yep. That's what debt snowball can do. Velocity banking, maybe, 28, 29. Just faster. Period. Let's see. It looks like that way if you it looks that way if you look at the cash flow. Yeah. Just cash flow alone. Like there's no argument. Debt snowball, $8,727.75. Pay off a $300,000 home. You'll have that thing paid off in less than 3 years because you got to factor in the payments themselves on top of the 8 grand. Easy, right? Velocity banking is just going to go a little bit faster, right? Like I said, 20, 30%. It'll go faster, and then I'll preserve cash in the process. Cool. Venture, how you doing? And not counting wife's income, they are set up great. Yeah, man. Let's see. Okay, people talking to each other. Cool, cool, cool. Spent some of my paycheck. 1/4 ounce of gold today is a good place to store value. I agree. I buy gold on a monthly basis. I don't care what the price of gold is each and every month. I just buy it. And then when prices fall, I'll probably buy more. And that's what I've been doing so far. Nick, you got to get those subs up, my dude. I paid off $10,000 in amortized loans in 3 months. Your info is so awesome, and people don't realize how screwed they are with modern day fractional reserve lending. Yes, my friend. Don't worry, I'll get the subs up. Don't you worry. These are organic subscribers. So I'm not out here, trying to follow a trend to boost my channel to 1 million followers. I am very, very niche to who I want to work with. Because again, I'm a king. I don't like to waste time. Don't waste my time, right? So I'd rather have 13,000 subscribers that watch me consistently than have 300,000 subscribers and nobody watching me, right? Does that make sense? Awesome. Share this page. Yeah. Share it. Lots of thunder in Washington tonight. The storm is brewing. Is getting a loan from IBC as easy as a loan from a HELOC? Yes, although with a policy loan, it takes longer, right? Because with a simple personal line of credit at the bank, I can do a simple, instant transfer, right? And have that money sitting in my account that same day. But with the insurance companies, it should take about maybe 2 to 3 days to receive your cash, right? Especially if you do it direct deposit. If you have it via a check, then that'll take much longer. Right? That'll be 7 to 10, maybe like 2 to 3 business days to receive the check in the mail, and then you got to go cash the check, and that can take a couple days for it to clear, especially if you're working with a smaller credit union. It might take them even longer to clear that money. So I usually just recommend my clients do direct deposit. So it is easy, right? It just takes a little bit longer. Okay. If you can't afford to buy it twice, then you can't afford it. Jay-Z. I like that. Crush that interest. Working $33,000 car loan now. Keep that hard work going, building your kingdom. Yep. Queen ruling infinitely through the pandemic with great credit, large HELOC, and an essential job. These are the best of times. These are the worst of times. Very interesting way to look at it. Keep up the good work, Denzel. If you start thinking and behaving as a king or a queen, things will change. That was so powerful. My first baby step, increased cash flow month by getting a new credit card with Wells Fargo for 0% for 18 months. Score was 732. I transferred all my wife's debts and increased cash flow by $500. So cool, doing debt consolidation, 0%, and then you just do velocity banking on the 0% if there are no other debts to worry about, and you just keep it going. Billy says, no, it's not. You have to request a loan, so it may take 3 to 5 days. Yeah, 3 to 5 days to get the money. Right now, it can be longer since what's going on. It happened to me. Really, Billy? Okay, that's interesting to know. I just requested an $11,000 loan out of my Mass Mutual policy. I believe I did that 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and I don't think I got it in the mail yet. Now, what I do is I request a check because I like to go into the bank and start conversation. People see a 24-year-old kid going to a bank with an $11,000 check from a life insurance company because it says, life insurance, Mass Mutual life insurance, right? And the banker's like, what the heck, right? It's a conversation starter. It's a great way for me to get another client. So that's the only reason why I do it. So I usually don't care how long it takes for me to get my money because I don't really ever need it. See, and that's the thing. When I'm doing velocity banking and infinite banking together, I am pre-planning when I'm going to request a loan out of my policy so that I can make a chunk. So say, for example, I'm doing velocity banking. May comes up, say May 15th is the day I want to do my chunk. Well, in my world, I would have already requested a loan on May 1st, right? That's how I operate. I just do it. I just take out the money way in advance so that I don't have to worry, right? Why wait till the last minute? So I take the money out in advance, right? I have the money in the account. It's ready to go chunk away. I go do the chunk, and then I just keep it flowing. I keep it operating, okay? That's how I like to do things. Denzel, I found you through Wealth Nation because I was researching IBC. The problem is I already bought an IBC policy through IBC Global. I think I need the velocity banking concept first or merge them. Okay, great. So I work with people, I have clients, I have a ton of clients that work with IBC Global. They're funding their policies, and then they come across velocity banking, and they're like, merge the two together. And then they just pay for my program, right? Or they hire me by the hour, whatever it is, however they want to work with me. And I see you have the policy, and I say, okay, here's how we can maximize this. Velocity banking, put it together, on your merry way. Simple, man. Nothing to it. There is also a difference between broke and building capital for greater purposes. Okay. Personal line of credit is instant if at the same bank. Yep. That recent interview with Wealth Nation was on point. I have increased respect for both channels now. Yes. I've respected Darius and Carmen since the day they started their YouTube channel, which I don't think was very different from when I started my YouTube channel. I think they've been doing it a little bit longer than me, if I'm not mistaken. But they're awesome. They're always smiling on their videos. That's something I got to work on. I mean, Carmen's never not smiling. If you ever watch her videos, I'm like, she does not break a smile. It just really makes the video homey, like, and comfortable, and it's not so like negative. It's all positivity over there. So that's why I like them. Sorry, Denzel. I guess I should have told you I already joined the manifesto a couple days ago, and yes, wrote to me. I enjoyed the video as well. Oh, cool, awesome. You're in the manifesto. Wonderful. Cool. So, yeah, I mean, if you got a policy, and you're in my program, you're in the manifesto, you're killing it. You're watching the content. You could probably dive into all the infinite banking scenarios that I do, and if that is suitable, if that helps enough, then boom, you're on your merry way. If not, if you need more support, then I would just recommend maybe just a consultation, and we can write this stuff out, and boom, maybe a simple hour will do it. It depends on how you retain information, I would say. Also in the manifesto. Good. Forgive me if I don't know if you're a client or not. because your YouTube names are not exactly names. And if they are, maybe, you know, I've got so many people. So just forgive me for that if I don't know if you're in the manifesto. I'm going to start doing private live streams, which I've already been doing, and they're uploaded in the manifesto. So if you have become a client at any level, I do host like private classes every now and then along with these public live streams. So in those private classes, I'll know everybody and there's a client, so I won't have to like, you know, try to sell you anything. You know what I mean? So, yeah, gladly take advantage of the 7-step system. Well, if you're already in the manifesto, well, yeah, you know, you do that as well. That doesn't hurt. Hey, Denzel, I recently applied for membership with Navy Federal. Is it normal for them to do a credit check? I think so. If you're applying for membership or you're applying for a line of credit, I don't know. I haven't heard anybody talk about that yet because I have a lot of clients that have accounts with Navy Fed, and none of them spoke about, oh, they ran my credit just to become a member. I have not seen that yet. If you're becoming a member plus applying for credit, then I can see why they would you know, do that. Wow. Yeah, 72 people in the house. Love it. Thompson says, preach. Preach. Amazing how it works, isn't it? Yep. Nick, does velocity banking affect underwriting on a new mortgage? About to buy a house with 50% down. So, you're going to put 50% down on a property. It's quite a bit of money. Instant equity already. As soon as I get the mortgage all said and done, all rolling, maybe 3 to 6 months to build a banking relationship with a bank that offers a HELOC, because you're going to have 50% paid off the property, then I don't see why that would affect velocity banking. Now, in terms of your credit, yeah, you know, you just bought a home, so yeah, your credit's going to take a dip. Nonetheless, if I have equity, that's collateral for a HELOC. So if I have an existing banking relationship, or if I build a banking relationship over a 3 to 6 month period, I don't see why I wouldn't get approved for a HELOC. But like I said, you want to do your homework. You want to ask those questions. Am I eligible? Am I worthy? Is my credit at the level that that bank likes to see it at? Do I meet all the qualifications of a specific bank, okay, for me to get my debt tool? That's how I look at it. I felt hopeless, but now I feel so in tune with my finances. Love it. In some of your videos, I've heard you saying the following: use HELOC to, you didn't finish what you said. Currently looking to get a secured line for policy. I have credit cards with 3.7K limit, personal line of credit 1,000, trying to get the secured line for 8,000. How much unsecured credit should I ask for after that? I don't know. I just play with the banks and I just kind of see what happens. I'm not a credit dude, so can't really comment on that. And my first policy is 1/3 of my income. When should I start the next one? Adventure Prime, I think you asked me that question already, if I'm not mistaken. 1/3 of my income. And I think my answer was, once I 10x my income, then it makes sense to obviously have another policy. Depending on the first one, how it's designed, look at it long term. Like, how long are you funding the thing, right? And do I need to be having multiple policies like super fast? So my opinion, 10x, then get a policy. Why? Because that's what I did. I got one policy, then I 10x'd, then I got another policy. I 10x'd, then I got another policy because I don't know what's happening in between that 10x period. Do I really want to throw all my money in the infinite banking world, or do I want to hold on to it? Is there other things I want to do with that money? How do I want to operate? Let's see. I am also a member of Navy Fed. They have to check credit for lending and credit cards. Yeah. I don't know why they would check your credit if you're going in. Okay, let me go back to your question. In some of your videos, I've heard you say the following: use HELOC if I use HELOC to max fund whole life policies, then take a policy loan to pay off the HELOC. I'm thinking the purpose of that would be to recapture the entire HELOC back into our policy, question mark, right? Question mark. Yeah, but I think I'm recalling the video that I did. I didn't like the numbers. Like, you might have heard me, I wasn't in love with it. I was like, maybe it can work. Maybe, it's got to be a perfect world for basically that to work. And you have to remember that in order for me to get approved for life insurance, it's based on my age, health, and finances. So if I make $4,000 a month and I want to throw 50 grand into a policy because I have a $50,000 HELOC, the insurance company might not approve that. They're going to ask, where's the 50K coming from, right? How can the person pay 50 grand a year if they only make 30 grand a year? That's over 100% of their income. So it's something to consider. Let's see. No problem. I thought the manifesto came with 1 hour call. Depending on what you purchased, Brandon, if you bought it for $14.99 a month, it's just a manifesto. If you paid $97, which is a 1-year subscription, right? That also does not come with a phone call. But if you paid $4.97, Brandon, if you paid $4.97, then yes, that does come with an hour call. Okay? So the $14.99 monthly and then the $97 yearly, there is no personal one-on-one phone call. There's the live Q&As that I do, the private Q&As and the videos, the course itself. The $4.97, you're owning the program for life, and yes, it comes with that 1 hour call. In order to get access to the 1 hour call, you just simply send me an email and say, Denzel, I'm ready for the call. The reason why I do that is because people who are buying my manifesto only most likely are not in this guy's position with a bunch of cash flow to, invest in their personal financial development. So people who are buying the manifesto, most likely, it's not always the case, but most likely do not have a ton of money to work with. So that's why they're starting at the lower tier. If you bought the $4.97, you're basically like, just you want to own the program for life. You want to, pretty much be in my space, in my network at the age of 24 for my whole entire life. And you're basically getting a huge discount on that. But yeah, as you go through the course, right, as you learn, you're getting your 4 major numbers, you're getting your line of credit, you're doing all that pregame work, and then you're like, all right, Denzel, I'm ready for that 1 hour call. I got all my numbers in line, blah, 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 blah. Here are my questions, blah, That's a great way to maximize that hour phone call. So I don't just throw that out there initially to people. I don't want them to waste time. Like I said, time is super valuable. So if I'm on a phone call with somebody and say they don't even know their 4 major numbers, I'm going to say, hey, listen, you paid me. You don't know your numbers. You don't know where you stand. I can't help you. You just paid me money. I can't help you. So my suggestion is for maybe 15 to 30 minutes of this call, we focus on mindset, like getting you in line. What are the actionable steps? And then maybe we save another 30 minutes for another phone call later down the line when you get your act together. I'm 24 years old, so I'm not your daddy, right? I'm not your uncle. I'm not your brother. I'm not your friend, okay? I'm your financial coach. I'm going to give you that tough love, and I'm also going to give you immense amount of respect, sometimes more than what your family will give you, okay? And I know what that's like, okay? So understand that when you talk to me and you're not ready, I'm going to let you know. And rather than wasting your money, I'm going to present, hey, I think it's wise for us to maybe have this call maybe 3 months from now, maybe 4 months from now. For the next 90 days, I think you should track where every single piece of dollar down to the penny goes. And once you get that in line, I believe I'll be able to serve you that much better. How does that sound? Right? So that's why I do that. Just a thought. I meant using velocity banking while in underwriting, not acquiring a HELOC. Are you talking? Oh yeah. Then maybe, yes. That's not wise. So yes, I would not try to apply for anything. Every mortgage person, every credit person is going to say, don't apply for anything. Don't use your credit because the mortgage company might, cancel the whole thing if you're out here accumulating a bunch of debt. Not wise. So yeah. Billy says, I don't think it's a good idea since you have to keep your credit score in check. Hold off until it's final, then start. I agree. Is line of credit like credit cards as far as under 30% utilization to keep your credit scores up? I would agree with that statement. Personal line of credit is similar to a credit card. I think a personal line of credit might have more effect than a credit card. In terms of utilization, yes, if you're using a lot of utilization, yeah, your credit score is going to fluctuate. But when I'm doing velocity banking, once I already have the tools, I could care less about my credit score, especially if I'm in the process of paying off debt. If I'm paying off debt, and once I accumulate my debt tool, I have no business trying to go into more debt. So what's going to happen is my credit score is going to look like this. It's going to be going up, down, up, down, up, down, but it's going to go up more than it goes down. And I'm a testimony to this. When I first started doing velocity banking, my credit score was in the low 600s. And as of today, I'm at a solid 750 plus, right? So it, took a while, but I don't care about the score itself. What I care about is how I used my credit score. In that time period, I went from 1 or 2 credit lines to now having over 12 plus credit lines, 2 policies, right? Line of credit, business line of credit. Doesn't matter. Okay. Navy Fed did a hard inquiry when I was applying for membership. Very interesting. That's a first. Have not heard that. That kind of sucks. Not fun. I just applied for membership but wasn't sponsored. But dad is a veteran. Interesting. Very interesting. And that's a second not so pretty review of Navy Fed. Don't know why Navy Fed is tripping with these 2 people in the house here. Because I have a lot of clients with Navy Fed and I hear nothing but good things about Navy Fed. So we got one person saying they applied for membership but was denied, even though they have a dad that's a veteran, which is weird. Because I think all you have to do is have a family member that served or active to, Get in there. And then look what Fran says. I was sponsored by my roommate. See? That's weird. Brothers sponsor me. Their cash flow is nice. Yes, people, stop wasting your time. If they want to spend money and waste their time, that's fine. Yep. Can you check out this credit card without advance fees and behaves like a personal line of credit? It's available nationwide. Looks interesting. It's called the Upgrade Credit Card. Sounds interesting. Now, I will tell you, sir, I recently came across a client, this bank, FCU Cornerstone Credit Union, Cornerstone Credit Union. I can't write, sorry. FCU Cornerstone Credit Union, that's up north, New York, I believe. And they have a credit card, no cash advance fees, but I think you have to have pristine credit. So no cash advance fees, simple interest. You can pull cash out just like a personal line of credit right into your checking account, and it's great. So it looks like there are credit cards out there that do function just like a personal line of credit, just like a HELOC. But again, people, read. Just read. So if you want to know anything in life, read. Right? I mean, why go off what I say when you can get it from the bank directly by reading their terms and agreements? Right? What's so hard? Cool, thanks. Pausing for now on Velocity Banking till we close on the mortgage. Yep, I would agree. Navy Federal Credit Union isn't a good bank to utilize Velocity Banking. Their lines of credits are more like overdraft protection. Yep, I've heard that, but still got a bunch of people that use it. The only line of credit they offer are overdraft, but PenFed is way better. Yes, I've heard PenFed, US Bank are a lot more effective. I would agree with that. Some credit unions here in Atlanta do a hard pull just for membership. Well, that sucks. Maybe it's the state, Fran. Oh, because Navy Fed is nationwide. So maybe it's the area. Maybe. I don't know. Sounds great. I did pay the $4.97. All right, Brandon, you're one of the few people that did. Okay, cool. I did pay the $4.97. I'll be emailing you shortly after I get all my numbers together and your box is checked and rechecked, sir. LOL. It's been a blessing learning from you. See you later. Awesome, awesome. Hello, Aaron just popped in. How you doing? Honestly, once you have a 760 plus or greater FICO score overall and solid cash flow, you can be approved for anything. I agree. I was watching the video when you were talking about that credit union credit card, and I wanted to share that info about this new credit card with others. Yeah, your credit card is cool because if it's nationwide, I mean, that's pretty great. That's pretty great. That's mostly true within reason. I know what you're saying. Yep, I agree. Okay, time to give. Time to give. I just went through all the comments. You guys aren't typing fast enough. So, let's see. So the first thing is I posted a link earlier. If you scroll to the top of the comments, okay, which hopefully you still can. I'm not sure if you can. So I'll just post it again. How about that? I'll just post it again. Let me just do that real quick. Let me just find the link and get that over to you. Yeah, so it's at the top. So I've been spending, just trying to figure out ways to give, ways to help out, all that good stuff. And I encourage anybody that wants to give, hey, check it out. How's my screen, guys? Is my screen good? Because I don't know why, but my phone, I'm looking at it, my screen is black for some reason. Just want to make sure I'm good here. All right. So I just dropped another link. Let's see. Okay, it's there. We're good. So this is the link. I encourage anyone that is in a position where they can give, hey, I encourage you to give. If you got stimulus money, you don't need it. I received $2,200 so far from the government, and I believe they're going to be rolling out a second stimulus package, so we'll see how that works. I didn't need it. So I said, you know what, God, I'm going to put some pressure on you. I just got money from the Kingdom of the United States, $2,200. I'd like to give this in your name, God, the Father, the Holy Spirit, and the Son. I'm going to declare your holiness and righteousness. So holy is your name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So give us this day, Lord. Give me this day, this opportunity to, accumulate wealth by simply giving in your name. So if you guys do it that way, I'm very interested in hearing the stories that come out of this, because this is interesting stuff. Kind of like how when you give and receive. And what I like to do sometimes, I try to track it. I try to track, okay, if I give this much, boom, how much comes back? It's fun. It's really fun. Okay, both sides win. Who you're giving to, and then you gave, the king acknowledges it. He's happy. It pleases the king to give to his sons and daughters of the world, right? It pleases God when he sees his children of the world operating in a kingdom, in the kingdom. So, anybody here, just throw it out there. Is anybody, we got 74 people in the house. Is anybody, whatchamacallit? Anybody got a GoFundMe page? Anything you're working on? Anything that you're doing that maybe all of us could give to? Okay? So I got a couple of options. If you guys email me, you're like, hey Denzel, I want to give. Let me know where I can give. And so for example, anyone that, say $50, anyone that gives $50 or more to that link I just dropped, which is it's a GoFundMe that supports all the healthcare workers that are working like, insane right now. They're working insane hours and whatnot. I encourage, you to give to them. The GoFundMe page is a church that's doing it. It's a wife of a church. She has a business, and she's donating products to these healthcare workers, like a gift basket. Super cool. You can click the link, go to it. You'll see the community. You'll see all the pictures that she's posting and what they're doing. And it's basically we're just giving gifts directly to the healthcare workers in our local area. So anyone that gives like $50 or more, I'll give you access to my manifesto program. Okay? And I'm gonna host a private stream. I'm gonna host a private Q&A sometime down the road, because I want to give people time to do this. So I'll probably set it up towards the end of this month or beginning of next month. And instead of a YouTube stream, what I'm thinking about doing is like a Zoom, maybe, or like a webinar where like you'll have the ability to talk. So I'll give you the floor, share with me your numbers, and I'll write it out right here, so to speak, and we'll do that. So you get access to my manifesto, which is 1 year access. Okay, so 1 year subscription to the manifesto, which costs $97. So you're giving like a king, right? You're giving to someone else, giving them a gift, and then it comes back to you hey, it comes back double. I'm a king, but I don't have the ability yet, like the King of Kings, to do 10x returns. So I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. The value that I put on the manifesto is $97, but in reality, this thing is worth hundreds. Okay, so down the line, you'll see that that price, that program, that course will go up in value. Okay, it will increase as I increase my authority, as I increase my kingship. The price to get into the kingdom continues to rise, continues to increase, right? And it's very similar to the kingdom of heaven. A lot of people think, following Jesus is free. Salvation is free. I don't know why people think that's free. By no means is that free. Man, there's so many things you got to give up, right? And that's why it's harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Because for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven, God's kingdom, the rich man has to give up everything, right? Because he has to recognize that none of it was his to begin with, his or her. It wasn't theirs to begin with. Their body, their mind, their thoughts, none of it is theirs. They have management over it and rulership over it and free will to do with it what they please. That's what they do have. But when the dust settles, right, and you're no more, and you've passed on to the next life, when judgment occurs, that's realer than this real physical, right? It's realer than the physical. Is once you've entered that next life and have faced judgment, and the king goes, Denzel, you've mismanaged resources. You've been broke all your life. You've been in debt and slavery and bondage to man. You never pursued your purpose in life. You've committed sins day in and day out, every single day of your life. Here's the judgment. Hell, there you go. And you can't get mad, right? Because people will know what they deserve once they enter. So if you're ready to face that, right, with full honesty, and you want to get cleansed of all of that, right? You want to get cleansed of the judgment that you do deserve, because we're all sinners. All of us. We've all sinned, continue to sin. But see, once you enter the kingdom, right, and you get cleansed with royal blood, now you're protected, right? You're protected. Can't nothing happen to you, right? Because you got royal blood. Okay, you got the king's blood. So once you get the king's blood, boom, now you're saved. Now you got to worry about all that. Okay? So let's see, just send me an email. The link is there. I'll send it out. That's one way. $50 or more. Help our healthcare workers. Let's support them. And me personally, here's some more work. If you don't give financially, what you could do is spread the word. Word of mouth. Okay? So if anybody knows any police officers, okay, any branch in that department, okay, it could be like the sheriff or whatever the titles are. If anybody knows any police officers, any firefighters, first responders, let's just go crazy. First responders, medical people, okay? If you know any healthcare workers, I don't care if they're a receptionist. They're in the hospital working, putting their lives at risk to help others. Medical, okay? Medical people, medical workers. Let's see. So police, firefighters, first responders, military. Know any military people, both active and non-active, okay, or veteran, of any branch, even if they work for like the Pentagon, the FBI, CIA, CSI, whatever it is, right? Any department, any governmental that is, defends our country, I should say, put it that way, like military, active, veteran. Who else can we throw on this list? We got police officers, firefighters, first responders, medical workers, military, active. You know what? Let's give it up for our teachers. I know teachers are getting hit hard, so they can't go to work because every freaking school's closed, right? So let's give a shout out to our teachers that teach. If you're a teacher, because I'm a teacher, I've always wanted to be a teacher. I always like to teach. So let's throw those in there. And then my favorite, okay, mothers. Okay, if you know a mom, everybody knows a mom, right? So if you know a mom needs help, in support, in need, wants to get her finances, she wants to rediscover her kingdom authority in her area of gifting so that she become an influence and a leader in her home, at the workplace, at the church, right? With friends. Okay, if you know a mom that's ready to take action and explode, okay, send them my way. Send me an email. Tell them to, send me an email or just give me their name. Give me a story. Tell me about them. Who are they? What do they do? Give me some proof of who they are, where they come from, and name, phone number, email, and all that good stuff, right? So reach out to them. So if you're someone that knows anybody on this that has this type of title, that holds this title, you can reach out to them, let them know, hey, I know this dude on YouTube talking about money, talking about debt, how to become financially free, right, and live the life that they want to live. All you got to do is reach out to the person, okay? Send them to me, have them do it, right? Their first name, last name, email, have them, give me their story, show them this video, right? All that stuff. And let's put a time frame on it, because I like to work with people who take action. So let's give it till Friday, from May 5th to May 8th. Okay? So from May 5th to May 8th, we got give $50 or more to that link about the healthcare workers, okay? And that will support healthcare workers. Gives them gifts. They're not getting your money, but they're getting a gift, right? It's like shampoo and wash products and all kinds of like homey stuff to make them feel better after a day's work. I think they got candles and acne products and skincare products and all kinds of good stuff for your body. The wife of the pastor owns a business. It's like a vegan skincare routine business, and he's got great products. Okay. Let's do another one. Let's see. Let's think this through. Getting ideas here. So let me think out loud. So we got May 5th to May 8th to do that part, and then about, from May 5th to May 8th to do this. If you know anyone, hey, they're all going to get the manifesto. It's a 1-year access. And then I'm going to do a private Q&A for everybody there. I'm going to try and have a list. I'm going to do a private Q&A, try and talk to everybody one-on-one through a webinar and set that up accordingly. So I'll work on that. And let's see. I got some other stuff that I would love for you guys to participate in. So I'm going to put another link. Okay, this is giving. Okay? So those of you that want to work with me personally, okay, I'm going to post another link here. All right, I got if you go to my website, if you click that link, in the description. It's going to take you to a page. Okay, this is a personal giving right here. You're personally giving to a king right now. Okay? If you give to this page, or a special someone in my life that has helped me through a lot of different things, okay? Someone I love very dearly, and you'll catch on when you hit the page. You'll catch on who I'm talking about. Same thing. Give $50 or more, right? Or if you give $100 or more, okay? So if you give $100 or more to this link, okay, the contribute page, all right, I will give you 1 hour of my time. And I said earlier, 1 hour of my time is valued at $197. So you're giving 100 to someone else so that they can build their kingdom, okay? And then I'm going to work on you. I'll give you 1 hour of my time, and we're going to work on your kingdom, okay? So a lot of things are going on here. If it's confusing, that's okay. Send me an email, and I'll, try and clear it up, all right? But if you check that page out, contribute page, go to my website, and you help that person out, give $100 or more, you get 1 hour of my time. Give $50 or more, you're going to get the manifesto. Okay? So $50 or more, you get the manifesto. $100 or more, you get the hour plus the manifesto. How about that? So it's a double whammy. Okay? And then for anyone that's a police officer, firefighter, first responder, medical worker, military, teacher, mom, send them my way. Okay? And I'll even if they don't provide me with all the details, I'll have them give me some stuff to do. I'll give them some material to work on. So now let's look at some other questions here. Let's see. I'm going to wrap up, call it a night. Boom. I'm a healthcare worker at Veterans Hospital, but still would love to give $50 for my peers. So click that link, check it out. You'll see it. Helps healthcare workers. It's an awesome thing. All right, Giving Tuesday, I'm telling you, when you give like a king, you're going to unlock resources. This isn't a hope. I'm not hoping for you. This is kingdom. Kingdoms work on facts. Kingdoms work on management. We don't work on hope. See, when a king prays, he makes a demand, right? When a queen prays, we're making a demand. Okay? When I honor the king, when I talk to God, I'm not asking him to do things that he has already done for me, such as financial wealth, prosperity, healing, right? Purpose, passion, motivation, thought, knowledge, power, authority. He's already provided it. All I have to do is access it. I need the key to unlock that resource. So if there's a door, right? Let's draw this out. Let's draw this. Let's think this through. Let's think this through. Let's check this out here. Ready? Everybody that's struggling with money. All right, say we got a big wall. All right, this is the wall. This is you. Right? This is everybody in the chat room. Right? All these people, right? And then we got the king. King of Kings, God Almighty, Holy Spirit, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, okay? It's got a kingdom. And this is all of us out here, right? And a kingdom, right, has what? Has a couple things. Every kingdom has land, okay? So there's land, right? And every kingdom has an army, okay? All right, every successful kingdom has an army for protection, protect all the bad out, okay? And then every kingdom has resources, right? Wealth, riches, power, authority, right? Purpose, meaning, value. When you get in the kingdom and you're a citizen of a kingdom, you now have the pleasure of having everything that that kingdom offers, right? So let's say all of us here, we all live in America, right? Let me ask you something. If you were born in the United States, did you have to do anything to become an American? No. If you're born in the US, you are automatically an American citizen, so you are born with rights. Rights, right? Every single American citizen, if they're born here in this country, you are born with rights. So you have access to resources, right? You have access to everything America has to offer, right? Whereas someone that's not from the country has to jump over walls, has to get through the army, has to recite all the laws, has to know the Constitution and know when America was founded and know the founding fathers. And they got to know, they got to take tests and they got to pay money and they got to pay resources and they got to do all this stuff. That can take a while. But if you're born in that kingdom already, you ain't got to do nothing but just be. You just have to be an American citizen. If you're being, you're doing. So if I'm being, then I'm doing. If I'm doing, then I have. So being is the citizenship. It's the access. Once I start doing what I'm being, then I have access. Then I unlock what's mine. So it was mine to begin with because I'm an American citizen. All I had to do was do certain things to get access to it, right? But inherently it's mine. I just have to abide by the rules of the land, the laws of the land, and I'll have access to that information. Same thing works with the kingdom of heaven. So when I'm being, I'm not praying. I'm just being. I'm not praying to become a king. I'm just being. I'm not praying to become financially wealthy. I'm just being. I'm not praying to build a family and have a lot of authority. I'm just being, right? I'm just doing things. And then I have access. Works the same way in the king. So when I talk to God, I'm not praying to get into his kingdom. No, because according to his word, I've been born again into his kingdom. So once I'm born again, now I've got the flesh. Now I've got the blood of the king. So now I am of royal descent. So I'm going to inherit it no matter what. Now all I got to do is abide by the laws, be, do, then I have. So if I have a be, do, have attitude, there's going to be a big door that opens up and I get right to the king, right? The army's going to lower their weapons and say, oh, we've got a king coming through. We've got a kingdom citizen coming into the kingdom. The army is going to lower their weapons. They're not going to fire, right? But see, if I was a foreigner entering into a kingdom without abiding by the laws, without having proper documentation, I might be fired upon, right? That's how America works with our borders. Same way the kingdom works. Can't get in the kingdom if you do not abide by the laws of the land. You're going to be executed, okay, or you're going to be removed, okay, either with violence or with dialogue. Hey, step back, turn around, can't enter here. You need proper documentation. Same thing works with the kingdom. King says, hey, you need to be born again. You need the blood. You need to give up what you have over there so you can have everything in here, which is more than what over there had to offer in the first place. So I hope that's been helpful to you guys. Let's see. We got some more questions here. Caroline Stewart says, what actually is the manifesto? Manifesto is a culmination, right? It's my life's work so far. 2 years of work is in the manifesto. It's a video, it's a do-it-yourself course, right? A to Z chronological order of anything and everything about velocity banking, infinite banking, kingdom authority, right? To get you to the next stage. It's an affordable way for the majority of people who are broke, not poor, broke, so that they can get access to wealthy information. Once they start building themselves up, then they graduate. They reinvest in their personal financial development with a coach, with a consultant, to take them to the next level. Once they've gone to the next level, now we 10x, okay? Hope that helps. Great teacher, thank you, sir. To be, to do, and lead, to have, yes. Window cleaning, yep. Appreciate it, awesome. All right, I think that's everything. I hope I didn't miss anybody's question. Those are the giving opportunities. Once you've given, send me an email, let me know, take a screenshot. Hey, this is how much I gave. I gave 500, I gave 1,000, I gave 20 bucks, I gave 50, whatever it is. Make sure you document so I know who you are and I can give you access, give you the keys to the kingdom, okay? Start working together. I hope you guys have enjoyed this evening. And we're gonna close it out here for tonight, and I'll just leave it to the board. You guys take extra notes. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will talk soon. God bless. Start with monthly income first.
$6,285.12.
Monthly expenses. Total debt.
$25,000. So policy number 1, the cash value that I have in there is $11,000.
We currently owe $25,000. $9,205 is going to be my highest chunk recommendation. $9,900 is what I'm going to shift onto the Navy Fed card at 0%. And you have a $10,000 HELOC, 14K balance come July. We are structuring a policy for him to fund, to get started with, so I'm pretty excited.